I'm Rachel Anthony. Welcome back to my channel for another Fitness Sunday. Today, I'm not just going to be talking about fitness. I'm going to be talking about life in general. And this was prompted by a question that I got from a coworker the other day. And the question was, how do I do it all? And the answer was simple for me, but seemed to be baffling for him. It was planning. I live my life in a very structured way. And honestly, there are times I don't do it all. There are times when I'm exhausted, work gets crazy, life pops up. But I have almost everything so structured and scheduled that it gives me a sort of freedom to not have to worry about things falling through the crack. In between working a full-time corporate job, writing book 2, marketing book 1, standing up my new publishing company, Infinite Serenity Publishing, keeping on top of my fitness journey, trying to stay a good friend and family member. It's a lot. It can get overwhelming. And that's why for me, I need structure. It's not perfection. It's not hustle culture. It's not pretending I have it all together. It truly is planning and structure. So in this video, I'm going to talk about exactly how I structure my life, plan my life, and how that enables me to stay on top of and achieve my goals. I think the first step in any plan is to really understand what it is you want, what the objective is. For me, it's, I would say, relatively simple. Not necessarily in priority order, but I want to be a good corporate worker because, quite frankly, that's what pays my bills, and that's important to me. So I want to do my corporate job well and be a contributing member of my team. So that's really important to me. Writing book 2 is very important to me. Marketing book 1, standing up my publishing company, staying on top of my fitness goals, meaning, consistently eating correctly and working out consistently. All of those things are very important to me. All of that is a lot. Now, granted, I will fully acknowledge that I come to the table as a single woman, no husband, no small children. My children are very adult and not living with me, so I don't have those obligations, but I do have others. So the plates that I have to keep spinning look a lot different than the plates you may be spinning as a wife and mother, or a husband and father. So we all have to understand what our obligations are and what best fits our routines to make sure that we're meeting our goals. We all want to go into our goals with motivation, but motivation is unreliable. Some days I wake up inspired and ready to kick the world's butt, and other days I am exhausted and struggling to figure out how I'm going to make it to the end of the day. And when I know what needs to happen that day and when it needs to happen, I'm not relying on motivation. I'm relying on the schedule and knowing what needs to get done that day. And that's why, in my humble opinion, planning and structure is essential. Not an option. It's essential for me. Now, granted, some people can get through life and hit their goals without the kind of structure that I require. I am not one of those people. I require to know what needs to get done, when it needs to get done. I am motivated by checking things off of a list. When I see that I'm getting stuff done, that makes me feel so good. So we all have to pick those little things that we know will keep us moving forward, won't exhaust us or drain us, and that's going to be what's going to keep us motivated, if you will. One thing I've learned about me is I like I said, work in corporate America, and I have to go into the office 3 days a week. I do have the privilege of working from home 2 days a week. But even with those 2 days a week, I don't want to have to think about anything unnecessarily. For example, I try to plan out as much as I can on the weekend, is what I call my weekend reset. And within that reset, I do my meal planning. I look at the weather and I pick out my clothes for the week. Especially for those days that I'm actually having to leave the house. If I'm just going to be in the house on my work at home days, I don't necessarily do that. But for those 3 days that I know I'm going to have to leave the house, I pick out my clothes, get them set, and I don't have to think about it. I don't want to be standing in my closet at 6:30 in the morning trying to figure out what it is I'm going to wear, where everything in my closet is mocking me at that point. No, I want everything set and ready to go. I can just plug and play. Having that almost be me on autopilot gives me the brain capacity to put to other things. I don't have to think about what I'm going to eat. I don't have to think about what I'm going to wear. All of those things have already been planned, so I can spend my brain power doing my corporate job, being creative in writing, being creative in creating social media content, things like that, where that really is needing my brain capacity. Those little mundane decisions, I can, get rid of those, on the weekend and not have to think about them again until the next weekend. That helps me. Now, the next part, some people may think is overkill, but again, it works for me. My calendar is my second brain. I schedule everything. I schedule my work time when I'm in the office, my commute time to and from the office on those days I have to go into the office. I even schedule decompression time. So after I, commute home, I take 30 minutes after that commute to just kind of decompress, have some water, go through some emails, scroll through social media to just kind of get the workday off of me a little bit before I transition into my second job as author and, entrepreneur, if you will. So, all of those things are scheduled. I schedule my meal times, I schedule an hour before bed to read. I'm a night showerer, so I shower and then I get in bed and read for about an hour before I go to bed. All of those things are on my calendar. My calendar looks bonkers to some people, but it is absolute beauty for me because I know exactly what's happening when it's happening. I schedule my writing time. So I can tell you on my days I'm in the office, I'm usually back home by 4:30. From 4:30 to 5, I'm decompressing. From 5 to pretty much till 6, I am catching up on emails and doing some social media stuff. From 6 to 7, I'm probably going to be on the elliptical doing some cardio. From 7 to 8, I'm having dinner. From 8 to 9, I'm writing. From 9 to 10, I'm reading and, taking my shower and reading. So that is what my day looks like on my work from home days. I know what that schedule is, and that gives me comfort. That lets me know I'm hitting every beat I need to hit in the day. Also with that, I'm scheduling 8 hours of sleep at least. I feel it's so important. And as adults, again, this is an adult who is unmarried and has no small children. So I do speak to this point from a point of privilege where I have the privilege of getting at least 8 hours of sleep a night. And I schedule that in because it is important to me. Do I always follow my plan to the T? Absolutely not. I mean, life happens. Work gets crazy. Last week I wasn't feeling well. Barely got my voice back now. I'm still fighting a little bit of a cold. So, I went to bed early a couple days, just trying to, recover and get my strength back. Sometimes creativity isn't flowing and I'm staring at my computer when I'm supposed to be writing, not hitting my word count for that day. And then, There are times when a Bruno Mars concert comes up in the middle of the week and everything else is halted because I'm going to that concert. I did. It was amazing. One of the best concerts ever. 10 out of 10. Highly recommend. But even when I am not hitting every beat that's on my calendar, it is a guide. It is a guideline. And it lets me know if I've missed something on my calendar. Do I need to put that somewhere else on my schedule? Do I need to make up for that? Or can I just let it go for that week? It keeps me on point, and that is very important to me. My routine, my schedule keeps me moving forward, even when life gets messy and unpredictable. It's not about perfection, it's about intention. It's about understanding what the ultimate goal and objective is and your path to meet that objective. And for me, it is that level of structure. Again, maybe overkill for some, but it works for me. I think if you want to meet your goals and you are having a hard time doing that, really think about A, what's your ultimate objective? B, how can you structure your life better in order to meet those objectives? Within the obligations that you have in your life, how can you structure your life around those obligations and still meet your goal? And then once you understand that, you understand what your endpoint is and what your path is to get there, your life will become so much easier to manage. I guarantee you. So even if you're not like me and don't really enjoy building schedules and building to-do lists that you enjoy checking off, there are still things you can do in your life to make your life a lot easier and to help you meet your goals. I hope you found this content interesting and helpful. Write down in the comments, what one are you struggling with and what helps you stay on task with your goals. If you enjoy this content, please subscribe and come back next week for another Fitness Sunday, when maybe I'll actually talk about fitness stuff specifically. Until then, see you later. Bye.